So, what's worse than being blind? It's a really interesting question. What's worse than being blind? It was once asked to someone who was born deaf, blind, and a mute, meaning they couldn't talk. And this person was, obviously didn't have, high hopes. A lot of the people in her life didn't believe she was going to make something of herself, being deaf, blind, and a mute. Who would? I mean, how challenging would that be to not be able to see anything? Really picture that. Shut your eyes right now and picture yourself not being able to hear any word come out of someone's mouth, and not even being able to communicate via normal communication strategies. Imagine having that serious of a setback in your life, not being able to see, hear, or talk. And this person who was born deaf, blind, and a mute actually ended up getting a Harvard degree. And how does someone go from that big of a setback to becoming not only getting a degree from one of our world's most elite colleges, but also universities, but also from going from where she was at to becoming one of the world's best writers in the world. And this person's name is Hellen Keller, right? And it's no surprise, we've all heard the story of Hellen Keller, but when she was asked, what's worse than being blind, her answer was not having vision is the only thing that's worse than being blind. And I just think that's really powerful, because even if we're missing our eyesight or our hearing, or we're not able to communicate to other people, what is going to drive us is going to be our ability to stay true to and have a clear, compelling, consistent vision. That's how challenging, that's how important having a vision is, because it can help us overcome, the majority of the setbacks that are, inevitable on the path to success. And what I think Hellen Keller meant when she said that was really having a vision forces creativity. When you have a vision and you commit yourself to a desired outcome in the future, it forces you to become creative regardless of your current circumstances to make that future come true. And that's just what Hellen Keller did. Hellen Keller set a vision for herself to become, to get a college degree, and then set a vision for herself for many other areas of life. And despite her setbacks, which were inherent from birth, she was forced to be creative enough to learn how to communicate through Braille, sign language, and other means, so that she could, communicate to her teachers, and so that she was able to receive information when she was at Harvard through Braille and other means. And not only did she achieve what her vision was, but she became a greater person as a result, greater than, honestly, I'd argue, a large majority of the world, really. I mean, how many people have a name as prominent and remembered as Hellen Keller? Not many. And even if she wasn't deaf, blind, and a mute, she did powerful enough things in this life to where maybe she wouldn't have the notoriety that she has, but she would have been a respectful person. And I just think that is an incredible takeaway for all of us. What's worse than being blind is not having a vision. Think about that. So if you feel like you don't have a vision, then that's worse than being blind. So make sure that your vision is clear. Make sure it's written down. Make sure all of your visions are written down. Make sure all of your goals are clear, and that you've come to terms with the things that you will not budge on. The things that must happen in your life need to be clear, or the world's going to take them from you, and the world's going to make you fill someone else's goals. So set your own goals, set your own vision. It's worse to be blind. Shut your eyes. It's worse to have no vision. Okay? It's worse to have no vision than to be blind. So make sure you have a vision, especially if you're not blind. All right. Thanks.